A local college professor is sounding the alarm over what he calls a danger lurking on campus. His concerns got our attention, but it's what we discovered after we started digging that's now getting the attention of terrorism experts. Here's Contact 5 investigator Katie LeGrone.
It's Friday afternoon on campus. 5 p.m. has come and gone. But where the Contact 5 investigators are still able to go
safety is an incredible concern.
Is exactly.
It really doesn't take a lot in the way of chemicals to do damage.
Why the federal government started requiring schools and companies that store chemicals submit a list of anything that could pose danger.
The main concern is terrorism.
Dan McBride is a former Homeland Security Bureau chief with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and federal agent. Now he works with the State Department, training counterterrorism tactics to law enforcement officers around the world.
Primarily since 9/11, we've seen the federal government stepping in and saying, you know, there are things occurring in these laboratories that could potentially pose a threat.
To date, the government has identified over 300 of these chemicals as high risk.
No one should be able to just walk into a lab, walk around and pick up whatever they wanted to pick up and leave. It could represent a significant problem.
But that's exactly what the Contact 5 investigators could have done inside this campus chemistry lab.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how dangerous are the chemicals that are kept in your lab?
I'd say the vast majority of them are 1 and 2, but there are chemicals that I think are classified as a 5.
They could be dangerous.
Of course.
Deadly?
If they're used improperly, yeah.
Dr. Eugene Smith is a chemistry professor on the Jupiter campus of Florida Atlantic University.
On a scale of 1 to 5, how lax is the security?
I would have to either 4 or 5. Because like I said, it only takes one instance.
Dr. Smith says his complaints to the university about the lack of laboratory security here have gone nowhere.
And this is one of the areas where chemicals are stored.
A few months ago,
You can see that there's no lock on this door.
he recorded this video for the university,
People have free access to the organic labs.
showcasing his primary concerns.
This door here, we find open several times a week.
I would bet that it wouldn't be that easy for you to just walk into our labs, but
We did it just a couple weeks ago.
where did you do
To
it?
your lab.
You did? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was unaware of that. I didn't know that.
Yep. Just walked in, no questions asked.
And what we found once we were inside is the kind of access fueling a national concern. Following a laboratory explosion at Texas University, this 2010 government study found when it comes to laboratory safety and security, many campuses maintain a, quote, lack of good practice. Just 2 years earlier, emergency crews were called to Palm Beach State when an unsupervised lab assistant accidentally spilled chemicals. This final report revealed a number of failures, including a lack of security procedures for lab access and cabinet access.
In our field, we call that a teachable moment. And you can certainly learn lessons and improve policies and procedures.
Since then, the college has added a full-time lab specialist to oversee inventory and a number of secured chemical storage rooms. That's not the case at FAU, where our producer not only walked into a lab, but check out these cabinets, clearly labeled flammable, but unlocked, leaving the bottles of chemicals inside fully exposed and within reach.
I mean, should we be able to just open up the flammable cabinet?
I wouldn't think so. No, I don't think that would meet any safety protocol. Being able to just walk into the room and move around freely without being challenged, that would be a security risk.
And while we visited chemistry labs at Palm Beach State College and FAU's Boca campus, it should be noted we were not able to access those labs. Now, in response to our findings on the Jupiter campus, an FAU spokesperson issued the following statement, which reads in part, under no circumstances should these individuals or any individuals have had the right to entry to the laboratory. FAU has since been proactively addressing this issue for several weeks. The university has now installed a card access system as an additional security measure for its labs. Employees also conducted special testing to make sure doors are that they're able to correctly close and lock. Memos have been issued and a meeting took place between faculty and staff recently to reiterate proper safety and security protocols.
So the federal government oversees the chemicals that are allowed to be on campus, but who's overseeing the security and the safety issues?
Well, really, it boils down to the university themselves. In Florida, public government agencies, including many public universities, police themselves, which is all the more reason for professors like Dr. Smith to raise concern about it, since they could technically be held liable should an accident or tragedy occur.
Katie, thank you very much.
Sure.